Hello and welcome to the African Caribbean Tribe and Culture Network. We welcome you here today. We hope you're having a very beautiful day. If this is your first time, please make this your channel and subscribe as we grow up this channel. We have very interesting shows we want to bring along to you, but we want the subscription to be much higher. So please subscribe and let's hit this 1,000 subscribers. Now the videos for today, let me just hit to what we're going to talk about today. We just saw a Don Lemon video from CNN. And we see a lot of Africans who are leaving the culture and copying the African American culture, which is not good, which is not helpful. We have a beautiful tradition and culture. If you're an African, try to stick with your culture and tradition and try and stop copying the African American culture. It doesn't help. It doesn't be any use for us. People to pay attention to Black Lives Matter and to give us more respect. And this is a very interesting video. We need to make sure we go outside and dress with some kind of a dignity and respect. When people see you, they can talk to you with respect. You don't want to even be that kind of sluggish going out and just dress any kind of way. It's not helpful, it's not useful, and it's not going to make you a better person in society. Because one thing I know, I grew up in Africa, and when you grow up in Africa, you just what Don Lemon says on this video, the way you dress and the way you put yourself outside, people are going to address you by the way you put yourself outside. So please, if you're African and you're in the diaspora and you still forgotten your culture, try to stick back to your culture. And if you're African American who wants to understand the African culture, how to put yourself together, please stay tuned to this channel, because this channel is all about culture and tradition and tribes. So that will help you to become a very better, successful human being within the society. Watch this video from Don Lemon.
Go far enough. Because black people, if you really want to fix the problem, here's just 5 things that you should think about doing. Here's number 5. Pull up your pants. Walking around with your ass and your underwear showing is not okay. In fact, it comes from prison when they take away belts from the prisoner so that they can't make a weapon. And then it evolved into which role a prisoner would have during male-on-male prison sex. The one with the really low pants is a submissive one. You get my point? Number 4 now is the N-word.
We took this word and we made it into poetry.
I understand poetic license, but consider this. I hosted a special on the N-word, suggesting that black people stop using it, and that entertainers stop deluding yourselves or themselves and others that you're somehow taking the word back. Now, number 3, respect where you live. Start small by not dropping trash, littering in your own communities. I've lived in several predominantly white neighborhoods in my life. I rarely, if ever, witness people littering. I live in Harlem now. It's an historically black neighborhood. Every single day I see adults and children dropping their trash on the ground when a garbage can is just feet away. Just being honest here. Number 2, finish school. You want to break the cycle of poverty? Stop telling kids they're acting white because they go to school or they speak proper English. A high school dropout makes on average $19,000 a year. A high school graduate makes $28,000 a year. A college graduate makes $51,000 a year. Over the course of a career, a college grad will make nearly $1 million more than a high school graduate. That's a lot of money. And number 1, and probably the most important, just because you can have a baby, it doesn't mean you should, especially without planning for one or getting married first. More than 72% of children in the African American community are born out of wedlock. That means absent fathers. And the studies show that lack of a male role model is an express train right to prison. And the cycle continues. So please, black folks, as I said, if this doesn't apply to you, I'm not talking to you. Pay attention to and think about what has been presented in recent history as acceptable behavior. Pay close attention to the hip-hop and rap culture that many of you embrace, a culture that glorifies everything I just mentioned, thug and reprehensible behavior, a culture that is making a lot of people rich, just not you, and it's not going to.